to your door. Crime stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
For the next 13 days, I will keep your crying. And you're crying all over the place. What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. Some of you passing around, oh, cause I did, cause I that. Where were you when I raised the money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all? Sitting there talking nonsense. Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boga, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boga deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you thought I was never going to criticize Mr. Boga. Yeah. Because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President, we have a right private jet. But the Joseph Boga brought to power is flying private jet from here to go to local country. Yeah. But I will speak because people in sacrifice saw me our passing to go on my comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday were going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against former President William. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I have to vote for them in campaign. This country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. Because there's money in the country that we can live from. We don't need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. We say that our lawmakers, we have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law you make is breaking the law, but you want to go up. You know why people want to go out? You're going to want to increase the time. They say they're too short. You cannot be a gangster, then you want to run blue. You cannot be a lawmaker that disrespecting the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be for it's not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people for the government even say sanctify people, don't look at one yourself, give me 1% I want to go in law. But they sit down over there in their family because they need work. And the person that need work and the person sanctify people say they want that. We employ our family people, but some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is no better time when the country is not better. Yeah. It is every better time when the country is better. Yeah. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people.
How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. Some of you passing around, oh, cause that this, cause that. Where were you when I raised him money left and right to feed him and fly him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all? Sitting there talking nonsense. Talking about cause I ain't got no integrity. I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boakai, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boakai deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true.
Some of you people thought I was never going to create families of Boakai. Yeah. Because I went to counties. I'm not criticizing because I want to criticize. I'm criticizing because we said yesterday, former President, we have a right private jet. But the Joseph Boakai brought to power is riding private jet from here to go to the country. Yeah. But I will speak because people in sacrifice for me were passing to go to my comfort. Spend my own money to bring him to power because we thought the wrong yesterday was going to be right today. Yeah. I had no regret to vote against former President. But the people that are brought to power will regret why I have to vote for them. They can be for them. This country is a better place and will be a better place. Yes, sir. Because there's money in the country that we can live for. We don't need money from outside. So, but we don't want to empower people here. We say that our lawmakers, we have become lawbreakers. We have become criminals. We put all the money in the budget for ourselves and leave them out. I want to challenge some of your lawmakers. Some people say they want this senator. They're breaking all the law. The law you mean breaking the law, but you want to go up. We know it. You know why people want to go up? Because they want to increase the time. They say they're too short. You cannot be a gangster. Then you want to run global. You cannot be a lawmaker that then you strike the law that we made ourselves. Then you say you want this senator, and then you waste your time. Nobody here can be for the government economy. But when we can be for it's not happening and it will never happen. The only thing they are there for, when last people for their government keep and say, sacrifice people, don't know that when you say, give me 1%, I won't go in law. But they sit down over there and employ their family post because they need work. Is that the person that needs work and the person sacrifice post in the water? We employ our family post, but some people are happy. Because it is a time to be happy. It is nobody's time when the country is not better. It is everybody's time when the country is better. And we give this as a challenge to all of you people. 2029, we may be on the ballot for the presidency. Where we will come here and say, Brother Sakolet, you people will have to appoint a commissioner for sacrifice. Brother Sakolet, they are educated people. It's not about education. It's about how well you govern your people. They got people that got degrees, they know nothing. The only person with interest people that they can't achieve nothing from. Our marketeers will come to power. In every country, at least 2 million and bring out of marketeers, sprinting runners, and Ghana boys to empower themselves. The money is there, but everything is long before carrying the benefit out. Because we are close.
Tell Joseph Boakai to forget about Yaka Koluba. What did Boakai do? Yaka Koluba. He tell Yaka Koluba. Tell Yaka Koluba crossing you. You are not letting my report. You forsake yourself while Yaka Koluba crossing you. Yaka Koluba crossing Korea. You want to know a lot of Yaka Koluba. Tell them, man, and you know who they say about Yaka Koluba for that. And I'm going to work for Yaka Koluba there. You know when I want to do around there. You want to all the work of God just to take the ball from Yaka Koluba.
were freedom fighters. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came, when they came, what kind of people? What kind of freedom fighter you building our freedom fighter you building our freedom fighter you keep our anything you want to say, Father, before we leave you? Thank you so much. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. When they were coming, they said they were liberators. But when they came, what kind of people? They are freedom fighters. What kind of people? They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you raping our women. They are freedom fighters. You freedom fighter, you killing our children. They are freedom fighters. Freedom fighter, you destroy our country. They are freedom fighters. Ayo, 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 ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo. Ayo, 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 ayo. Oh, ayo, yo, ayo, 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 ayo.
Oh, yes, indeed. What a great morning. Indeed, a pleasant day. Another wonderful opportunity to be back. I'll be behind these microphones to engage on the issues that matter to Liberia's growth and development. And indeed, today is Monday. A Monday after independence. What a great weekend it was. The energy, the momentum, the unity, the togetherness. In spite of the disagreements and of course challenges, Liberians all across the world there to hold together and celebrate. Oh yes, we saw that. And these things are very, very possible all of the time. The only obstacles to Liberians uniting and standing firm is bad politics, dangerous opposition. When you have a group of individuals preaching hate for country, organizing terroristic activities in the country as opposition figures, this is when the whole idea of a united front gets undermined. But today, gratefully, we have a new Liberia, a new political climate. The dispensation is a one that puts Liberia first. So whether you are seated on the table or you're not on the table, it is Liberia first. And that is the culture that we campaigned and spoke to our people about all along the 6 years of our former President George Weah. When the man who's president today was the major opposition leader, he boycotted every national event, incited people against every national occasion, sponsored and of course facilitated young ignorant students into agitation and of course terroristic undertaking. Imagine when Bwaka was leading the opposition in Liberia That's when citizens were protesting, planning protests on National Independence Day. These were the things that happened while Bwaka was an opposition leader. Bwaka was an opposition leader in this country. People were setting roadblocks, impeding the operation of diplomatic embassies in Liberia. Leading militia gangs, throwing petrol bombs in the homes of stakeholders in the country, judges, NEC officials. When Bwaka was an opposition leader, the atmosphere was dangerous. When Bwaka was an opposition leader in Liberia, Liberians were afraid to come together and celebrate. They were killing people. They were inciting violence. They were lobbying for sanctions against the country. So whether the poor man would die and suffer, he just did not care. All he cared was the fact that he did not win the election. Liberia should not exist. Bwaka did all he could in his power as an opposition leader to undermine the sanctity and progress of Liberia for the 6 years. Today, we have very organized, responsible, patriotic opposition leaders. Credit again to former President George Weah. And of course, Mr. Alexander Cummings takes some credit. He is a baptized politician now. He now sees the truth. He's no longer Johnny Ranks to sponsor anti-progressive moves in the country. Today, you show them no respect. You invite them for no national occasion. But yesterday, they stay in their corner. They do not organize anything to interrupt or undermine anything. The country is flowing freely. The political disagreements are there. The criticisms are there. That is daring to say that we can be at odds, but the country progress must never be interrupted. Nobody must organize to undermine the peace and stability of Liberia because they are not president or because they lost an election. And this is a lesson for the Sierra Leonean Baptist deacon in Joseph Newman Bwaka. This dangerous old man, very, very dangerous, heartless, cruel, wicked, selfish, self-seeking, good for nothing, 42 years old, experienced old man. Folks, a pleasant good morning to all of you, just wherever you are this morning. On our voice, a pleasant way we'd like to welcome all of you to yet another brand new edition of the nation's most informative breakfast platform, the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9, where we speak the truth without fear nor favor. We do not mince our words. We speak in the faces of the oppressors. And yes, this is where we speak boldly. Too many things to talk about. Lots of things took place over the weekend. But the Constitution, of course, is going to be on the Independence Day. The speeches, the recommendation, the admittance, and all of that. Oh yes, the President of the Republic of Liberia at long last have left his shadow of deception to admit to hardship, difficulty, unemployment. Something we've been saying time about number, and they've branded us as opposition journalists. They've called us partisan journalists. All kinds of names they've called us for the very same things we've been saying that the president agreed to on Independence Day. The National Day orator oratory was far-reaching. He touched a lot of area, and I'm seeing the clergy are getting weary. A few friends from the clergy are like, "Oh, I the mentor to the pastor," and so But to fix this country, we got to deal with all the segments. And then the debacle of the Fula lady, and then and the police. It was a dramatic scene, indeed an opportunity to test the resolve of our law enforcement. Police violence and brutality. And of course, the Christoph historic all Liberian musician concert. Plus other breaking news making the news this morning in Liberia. My name is Abu, and of course, Higa Gonda. Good morning. Welcome, my dear friend.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning to you, and good morning to Liberians following us up here this morning. It's good we are here back. This time running our country into its 179th. We are currently in 178. So we're moving. July of next year, we're going to be counting another year. So it's good that we are back here, especially after, should I say, celebrating or observing the country's 178th independence. Just on the flip side of that, commercial taxi drivers across the country are currently staging I know what they call no vehicle movement protest, and or according to what the Liberian latest News TV is reporting on Facebook, is that the drivers are decrying what the term as serious maltreatment from the management of the Liberia Traffic Management.
The people
yes,
they made 1 week, 1 week. Yeah.
According to them, the LTM is giving them unnecessary ticket, coupled with increasing loading and registration fees and continuous intimidation from traffic police officers. These are reasons for which taxi drivers, especially for those riding outside of Montserrado, you could see few in Montserrado around the city centers around, but the ones going like in my own county, Nimba, maybe in Bon County, in my Gibi, some were saying Grand Basso, and you just name the rest. They've decided that, hey, we cannot do this because the guys got taxi and they got motorbikes. They go after us along the highways and then suppress us, get money from us, give us unnecessary ticket where no witnesses are, and these are things that are affecting us. So it must claim the attention of national government. This is Gregory Como. LTM that have started the real thing for which they got they were given the opportunity is what we are having now, and we could see challenges, we could experience challenges in getting to our destinations, especially for those of us who are even planning to get out of Montserrado in the next couple of days. We hope that this will not continue.
Fair enough. So as early as 6:30, 6:45 this morning, I'm driving coming to work, and I noticed unusually, right, chunks of people at the different intersection, and I'm thinking, I say, but it's like car business hub. So still trying to wrap my head around why. So by the time I reach Freeport, and I'm still Jimmy Carroll, the place is jam and all of that. So I decided to wind my windshield down a little bit, and slow by one motorcyclist around the Simeco area there. The guy told me, bro, they drive and say they protesting.
Okay.
Right? For what?
So even in Montserrado?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
So I was there this morning, whenever I'm coming, I try to look around and see what's going on. So the guy said they drive them protesting their money. And you understand? That was some detail. So I started flipping through, trying to get some cool facts to be able to be sure as to what is going on. And I was able to understand from a friend that indeed, the driver had decided to go on strike against, harassment, extortions, and all of those from the police. So that it is also tied to the LTM's operation.
Yeah.
The LTM that has barely taken full effect, because remember last week the Senate placed a stay order,
But
or suspended
in
its
the
operation.
midst of that quote unquote suspension by the legislature or the Liberian Senate, the guys are still disrespecting the decision of the Senate. And guess what? I have seen it on several occasions. The terrible thing about it is the vehicles that they are using are not plated. Yes. So if you see the new I don't know, I should say Jeep like low cars given, you notice that they are not plated. They are after motorbikes, let's say, or keke brothers.
But they are painted with the police.
Yes, police and the various departments. I painted on it, but you will not find them with license plate. But they are after. So it makes it terrible, Abu, for us to even identify, because in case of a situation that I want to report maybe to the police, I should be making specific reference on the vehicle that is involved in that. But how can I just say one of the cars, which one of them, the plate and all of that? Is terrible. This is a junta way of doing things, because the guys don't want to be identified. So they behave like, yes, the cars, they don't have plates. There are several police vehicles that got plates. Why are they not in the streets? But the ones that don't have plates are the ones being used by the LTM to the police are going after keke riders. They are going after taxi drivers, and this is what we are having now. The guys have decided to stage a protest. Where are we with this?
So that is exactly what it is. There's a whole bigger thing about this whole LTM operation. We have tons of documentations and stuff that in due course we'll be informing the public about, because it has to be a national conversation, because we can say there are few people that only have a mandate to lead a country for 6 years. They want us into everything. The other day, Deputy Speaker Fala was saying, just for I don't know how many miles we should sell one of our treasury, and the Wologisi, and all of that. I don't know from when he was coming. Is it because he's a Lofa County man, so he sees Wologisi as a solely Lofa property and all of that, and the audacity to even be saying let's sell Wologisi simply just to pave the Lofa Road. Former President Weah commenced the pavement of the Lofa Road. He did not even initiate conversation about selling Wologisi. Just for you to take it from Salaye now to the rest of the country, you're saying let's sell.
So all of the counties who start deciding to sell their resources.
Aside from that, so what magic did we play? He did not talk about selling Wologisi, but was paving Lofa Road. But the men who have all of the contact, all of the international image, whole day he passes around that, we restore Liberia back to international uselessness is what you restore Liberia to. Because simple Lofa Road, you can't pay. You see, you got to sell Wologisi to the Chinese people. You know why the Chinese have now made any substantive progress with the overpass and all the other things they've been promising? That I've seen Wologisi.
Yes, it's part of.
So then the Chinese are engaged. So Bwaka was the one that wanted to say that, but he had to pass it through Tomofala, because Tomofala has grown in his criminality now, and he's sufficiently brave if he can steal from Liberia and nobody can do a jing thing. So every time if there's a big stealing thing to talk for the country, they use the mouth of Tomofala, Primoiden. Those are the well-seasoned national criminals, and they've been stealing from the country for so long. How many years? 21 years, right? 17 years they're in the legislature, and basically all they have done is to manipulate state documentation and state resources to their personal stuff. So these are the people that were the bravery to do all of these things. But let's see, as these conversations ensues and take a wider scope, let's see how Liberians going to stand up for their country, stand up for the next generation. It is about the next generation. This is why I found the portion of the oratory very profound, that we will talk about, take our time, so that everybody, the old man and the puppet, everybody will understand exactly, right? They have been condemning us, calling us enemy of the state, and opposition journalists. Look, and we take pride. Let's look, because you know what? We've said we are going to be critical voices. To be critical voices, our job is not to do PR for the oppressors. No, we are not going to do that. So this other thing that's flying around, and I see people getting in funky feeling and like, oh, but what thing can happen? These guys are shameless, irresponsible, and reckless. The folks in government. And you cannot lead the country in deception. All of the time you be deceiving, faking, and doing all kinds of things. And we are quite aware about what is happening inside. Right? They say breaking news. So the time Sierra Leone got her compact approved, or Ivory Coast got her compact approved, the Sierra Leone official had to be passing around also, breaking news, something coming. So you can just know that liars have a way of deceiving and taking public attention. What they're trying to take public attention from is the president's admittance, because at that point he just had no option but to admit, because the orator was clear and put it right before him, right, and all that. So when you put the old man dirty D in front of his face, saying now all his friends and there, they looking at him. Man said, oh, so how you looking? So he had to go on stage now and start admitting, the country we got to do something. Say in fact, right? You appointed a commerce minister from day one, right? And all of your business people from day one. You not face prices, but you say in 45 days, Jeremiah Kun can preside over a committee to stabilize. Look at how absurd and ignorant.
I think what you said, that it would just be imagining like other committees have worked in this country since the ascendancy of President Boakai, where he will give committees or responsibility to a certain group of people, then they go in just like that. So in 45 days, they are supposed to submit their fundings and recommendation as to whether or not or when all those fundings and recommendations will be attended to or implemented remains unknown, and that is something else that we Liberians could see.
So but what gave rise to that? Prices are high, things difficult, business people not selling, right? The taxes are also very high, exchange rate, all those things. So the president said, all the common ministers that he appointed, all the people passing around, useless group of people passing around, stealing project, right? So he said all the people, it made sense. So Vice President Kun go present, and now your Nima brother, I don't know, power now enter that man here. The probably playing that man.
Baga is being smart. Yes,
Baga is playing. I mean, let me say it for the first time, so you all know. It is clear Baga wants to be president. He wants to recontest, right? He want to recontest 2029. So he's also getting the feedback that Kun is also organizing himself in ways. So for him, keep putting Kun in charge. Kun feels like he's always in charge. Impossible things, put Kun in charge of it. So that the failure of these things will rub on Kun's face more than Boakai face in any event where the two of them split. In any event where 2029, the two of them split, because if Kun shall have solidified his base sufficiently, right?
Within the government.
In the last minute, when Boakai say I'm running, Kun would decide we already structured, Mr. President, no, we disagree, so no, so come, right? Then he starts to blame. Okay, when the Liberian people ask you, the yellow machine, you say, Kun in charge. The embarrassment of the yellow machine, the disgrace and humiliation of the yellow machine, the president go in your corner and say, they wrap it all fine, Kun to his power greed, he grab it, Papa run. Right now, he say he came from China, you can't say anything about it because
he gone to I think another African country.
Yeah, because I'm told the Ministry of Finance people playing double deal.
He gone to Ethiopia, I think I saw something.
So Liberian people crying, they say the country have prices, the market people crying. So Boakai not take everything from him and Kun. So as soon as the old man they say, the vice president working on it. So when it fails in 45 days, what can you do about price? What can you do about all of the economic quagmire, right? That you took 2 years to to bring onto the people of Liberia, untold suffering. But anyway, folks, today is Monday. We are paying $4,000. These are just in-house. We will come to the crust of the conversation this morning. It promises to be very fiery and fascinating. Stick and still be right there. Make sure you have at least $50 or more to win 4,000, 5,000, or 10,000 Liberian dollars on the Wins Liberia cash giveaway. And the process is quite simple. Just wherever you are, grab your mobile money Lone Star cell phone and dial *255*1#. *255*1# and enter, right? Follow the instruction, which is very, very simple, right? Select the currency that you love to play, either US or LD. If you're playing from your USD wallet, it's just 25 cents. And then from your, so that means if you have $1, you can play 4 times, right? You can play 4 times on $1 US in your phone, right? To stand a chance to win 4,000 Liberian dollars, right? So, and that should be $20, right? So $1 has a chance of giving you $20, $19 profit, right? So if you're playing from the LD wallet, not only that it can give you $20, it can give you $50 as well.
Yeah.
Because you can win 10,000, right?
And the new promo that I've been brought is beginning this week. The highest player for every week, maybe the first 10 higher players for every week. Besides the cash prize you'll be winning, you'll also be winning Techno Kama 40. Yes, you'll be winning Techno Kama 40. So if, for example, we get 30 persons that play this entire week, and out of the 30 persons, we'll be looking at the first 10 persons who play the highest. So, for example, if Abu plays 15 times and I play, maybe I play like 11 times, Abu and I plus some people who will be coming after us will be working out come out 40, and that is it. But then the cash price is a part of it. That one is there, is guaranteed. That's something you will win immediately. But at the end of the week, at least 10 of you will have the opportunity every week. Every 7 days, we get 10 persons, 10 lucky winners come out 40. That's an applause to this entire thing.
Okay, so. And that job is Friday, right?
Yeah, I'm sure it should be
So
Friday.
as we're beginning today now, every play you make, like let's say on the show this morning you play 5 times, right? And then at the close of the week, the highest players, right, will qualify in a special pool to win cell phone, Android phone, right? Smartphone. So Friday,
I think the Techno Kama is one of the latest.
Come on,
40, I think.
40. Oh yeah, 40 is latest. So that means Friday or Saturday we'll have the team to confirm which of the 2 days, and
So this is it.
So yeah, so Friday or Saturday every week we'll come out with the winner, and then we'll call you and give you. So whatever you win, you can keep winning from Monday to Friday or Saturday. But once your number of play tops every other person, right, in the system, then we call you and give you one phone. So any which way, everybody is a winner. That's why it is Wins Liberia. And so the code is *255*1#. To win is a process, and the process begins now. So grab your phone. For those of you that have smartphones, *255*1#. So, hey guys, let's recognize some of our followers, and then when we come back, we go into our conversations.
And of course, yes, we can do that here, beginning with Tommy Johnson, who says, "Good morning, sir." Agatha Glasgow says, "I'm watching from Tinkers Village, RIA Road, where the common citizen children live." And Asata M. Miller, it is. Asata M. Miller says, "Good morning, Freedom Morning Rise family. I'm watching live from Soul Clinic Community. Good to be on the show." John Joe Wawe says, "Good morning, guys. I am following live from Johnsonville." Good morning, John Joe. Rufus Coco Nevens says, "Good morning, big brother Abu Sharif. I am following from Broadville City Bible College Community." James Lamy comes next. James says, "Good morning, Abu and Hiya." Saturday Zonwiye Voduwe says watching from Atlanta. Is Atlanta, Georgia, the USA? Yes, he says that. Good morning, Abu. He says. Mark B. Jabate. Mark says morning. Derek.
Oh, Mark.
Derek.
Oh,
Mark B. Jabate.
yeah, the minister.
Derek P. Derek says good
Mark,
morning.
What's up, my man?
Junior Sequel says, good morning, Abu and Higa. I'm watching from my end, Batnersville Road. Thanks for always informing the Liberian people on happenings in the motherland. God is your protection, guys. Henry T. Tool Jr. says, good morning, my freedom family. I'm watching from my residence in Caldwell. Thanks for the information to our country, Mama Liberia. Chelsea Fresborn Yaya Kroma says, good morning, Freedom FM. My name is Yaya J. Kruma, following the show from the western region of Liberia this morning. Phoenicia's Junior Bar watching from New Crew Town. Honorable J.D. Williams watching from Johnsonville. Lawrence Barmy watching from the top of Montokadi. Ansu Coleman says, I'm following from the economic freedom fighters of Liberia. Mick Freeman says, good morning to you guys, Abu and Higa. I am following from my comfort zone. Samson W. Wilman says, good morning, freedom. I am watching from what is that? Negues. Okay. And town around the SKD Sports Complex. Maybe he did not spell this correct. Linus Sibi says, Voice of Southtown 95.5 FM is relaying the Freedom Morning Rise to the southeast. Is okay. So the southeast is following as well. Okay, thank you so
thanks
kindly.
a lot. Thanks for relaying.
Thanks to the Voice of Southtown there.
In Grand
yes. Intellectual Mind says, watching live. Abraham Peters. Good morning, Freedom Morning Rise. I'm watching you from Division 16, Driver Camp Firestone. For all of those who relay our programs, you can also notify also that we recognize you here this morning. Vani M. Bala says, good morning, Freedom Morning Rise. And like me and all, okay, let me say good morning to Freedom Family. Okay, he says that. Lenders, Abu, please recognize the people of Grand Crew County. Yes, we've done, we will continue to do, and thanks for relaying our program as well. Morris Gray, good morning, Freedom Family. I'm following from my ERWA Rehab Cooper Farm community. Jeremiah Farr, I am watching from Grand Jida County. Mary Tule, good morning, guys. I'm watching you from New Georgia Estate. Thanks for the great show. Kondu Harrick says, okay, Isaac Sumu. Okay. Fumba Okenyen, I am watching you live from Mapuma Town, Grand Kibma County, Liberia. He says that. Augustine S. Wille says, good morning, Freedom Family. I'm watching closely from New Georgia. Bobby Jadier says, good morning, my Freedom FM family. I am watching from my Seatown residence this morning. Nathan Page says, good morning, Freedom FM. I am watching from Nizu community. Clarence Sampson is next. Good morning, guys. I am watching from Broville. Elisha Davis, good morning, Freedom FM family. I am following you from New Matadi Estate this morning. Good show, he says. Man Sophie's son says, good morning, guys. I am watching from my in Caldwell, New Georgia, inside. Mohammed Mariaman J. Sharif says, good morning, Abu, and the peace-loving people of Lofa County. I am watching from Mamadi Diakite Intellectual Forum in Jacobtown, St. Francis. Calvin Soko watching live from USA. Thanks for the show, Abu and Higa. Morning Man James, good morning. I am watching live from Old Road Juba Market to Honorable Yeke Koluba Place. He says that. Okay. Prince P.W. Dotus Jr. Good morning, Freedom Family. I am watching from Monrovia, Liberia, New Crew Town, Lagoon Community. Edward P. Dominion says, Edward Dominion says, I'm watching you from City View community. Lemuel Chairman Boom Peking, let God be praised. I'm viewing from Grand Bar. So Clarence Sampson, we did that before. Well, Abu, the comments are just so many. Maybe we can stop here for now. And yes, that's why it is.
Okay, so
thanks for sending your comments. Continue to share the live and send in more as we will be following, trying to read them out here.
So the voice of Southtown and of course all of our people there in Grand Crew and other parts of the Southeast, we are very grateful. We are partners. In fact, we and the people of Grand Crew County, we are doing this hand in hand. We are all of the people of the world that have been ostracized by our own government. So these are things that we all must give our rallying commitments to ensure that our country is redeemed from these narcissists and criminals in power who are driven only by the personal desire to enrich themselves. And that's what you see all across government. The government is overwhelmed with allegations of corruption. There is no way you can speak boldly to this government without being blunt about the unprecedented wave of mass looting all across the country. So yes, we are very honored to have you relay our show voluntarily, and the people of Sign as well. And, I know the Voice of Sound has been doing extremely well in partnership. So let's hope as more people come on, Grand G there, Maryland, and this is the station for the people. So the contents here are meant to reach all the nooks and crannies of the Republic of Liberia. So we appreciate every organization or individual that will help us get to our people. With that said, latest coming in on the case of Sir Harris. You remember that AFS soldier that went missing since November, that our station has been flagging. It started with Kine on the Freedom Hub, and of course we also play a part. We hosted the brother of Sir Harris quite recently. So it's been reported that in fact Sir is one soldier that witnessed and was around and saw, you remember the officer Bobby Mande who died in the army. Say Sir was one of the soldier who witnessed and know the individual allegedly that killed the fellow. So apparently it is assumed probably that those who killed him might have gone after Sir. So all of these conspiracies are coming out, and so that's why the AFL High Command will have to take this thing very seriously. As much as it will continue to drag, you cannot suppress justice. You cannot. And for the mere fact that these allegations are hovering around the High Command of the Armed Forces of Liberia is kind of dangerous for its reputation and image out there, right? You can have, one of you getting missing since November, right? Since November of 2024, and we are in July, closing in on July, yet still there is no concrete. And in fact, the family has written several communications, and they have brought this to the attention of very powerful individuals in the government. They've written even the president's office. The president has shown no desire, no care, and there is no indication that the president has made inquiry in these things. Somebody's son, somebody's child who opted to serve his country and has gone missing. So that was just an update for you. So on the MCC thing, what we've managed to gather, everything that you see happening is a hawk, right? The regime basically have got nothing to show. So they believe in these flimsy, distractionary attitudes, right? They will just grab something. What we know is that, like the minister said, right? The minister of information, the guy who used to sleep in basement. The guy used to sleep in basement. Kobo pass about Kobo to lens and mask. Yeah. So this PR man used to sleep, as we were told, in the basement in America. He used to be begging for food, all the things. He used to call people here to carry bag of red to his girlfriend and his baby man and thing. We are telling you something. y'all don't be spreading, man. These guys are so hungry asses that came to power, and they won't be rude. They think we can serve them milk and honey. So the guy just been throwing party yesterday. Man having his birthday party. His ministry, the people suffering. He went and did a big song. He said, "Oh, bosses for the ministry employees." Up to now, they don't see the bosses there. So the audio bosses, the man bought for Mikat. He and his deputy minister. They two very rude individuals. So here's the thing with Daniel Sano part of
LSCC got issue with Daniel Sano.
Or whatever. So Daniel Sano birthday, listen to the thing now. In the ministry, right? And they say they're doing well. Daniel Sano birthday in his own ministry. Nobody left one department to go there and say, "OT, happy birthday." So it tells you, I challenge Daniel to dinner. It tells you how these guys are very rude, right? These guys are very rude, and then they're presiding over people. They're arrogant, they're disrespectful, and so they have lost the kind of morale, the kind of a relationship with their co-workers. So Daniel only when he sat in your office, apparently maybe that his secretary or other boy right in say OT. They even say it in good tune. OT, happy birthday. They pass on the business. Kobo are fully big. Kobo is over ready to dream on me. Begging a friend for banana liquor that I want to see a fee, everything I get fine. I think we want everybody. But anyway, folks, these are black eyed people that they rescue. Bunch of useless kids. They rescue them, put them in government, and all they can do is to be distributing arrogance and rudeness, using the arrogance to cover up their incompetence and ignorance. But so we will be here exposing them. And of course, saying exactly what we can. So let's take a break. So there is no 500,000 coming. According to PR, the MCC company has reaffirmed its commitment. Right? So how then you go on and all of you start posting good news or good news? So there was somebody to tell you, "Oh yeah, we'll now restart the MCC compound." So because it got hotter, so we now restarted. But even in that restart, other people already getting their own approval. They didn't tell you approval, you disturbing everybody here. Bunch of useless idiots. Old time beggars. Man picking here is a bid for banana liquor. Right? And all that thing. Then PR is a bit baking for people to carry raspberry to your baby man around moreover. So these are the elements, these are the character in power. They think we scared of them. We're not scared of you. You can do a jink thing. All of you put together. You are rule on you. You behave yourself, and we call you respect. And then you try to be very rude and disrespectful. You don't get nothing for yourself. That all taxes we can pay. You're useless fools. That what you're passing around. You can go to supermarket. When the last time coupon and go, I saw coupon. You could no straight like belly in gentleman clothes. Say go back. Say look at the figure. Anyway, folks. So let's take Crime Stopper Liberia. We come back. We go into our conversation. Let's break.
It's about music. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hands for the rhetoric. Really can't take care of it. Crime Stopper here for us, bringing safety to your door. Whether you rich or you poor, if you see you must talk it, and I mean you cheche. Do it for your safety. If you see it, don't keep it. You must call to report it. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, old man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia. From the center to interior, Crime Stopper. Keeping us safe, let's stopping crime for all of us.
No boyfriend, no worries.
Do you want the professionals to fix your car, or do you need an original spare parts for your vehicle? Well, worry no more. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts on the bypass opposite Orange Head Office is that place. At Macabre, we provide the following services: mechanical, technical work, computer diagnosis and scanning, key duplication and programming, air conditioning, alarm system, and body wagon spray. We also sell genuine and generic spare parts for Range Rover, Mercedes-Benz, Suzuki, Chevrolet Tahoe, Nissan and Mazda, and most American cars. The good news is that Macabre has its head garage in the Bronx, New York, the USA, where we have a huge stockpile of Ford synthetic mobile oil that is very good for your vehicles. Some of these oils, when used, can service your vehicle by itself for up to 4 to 6 months. We have gas treatment and fuel injector cleaner, original from the USA. We can get you any spare part for your car in Liberia from America in 4 working days, even if we are not the one working on your car. We also order spare parts for other garages in Liberia. We have a tow truck service. Get in touch with us. Just call 0778-324-567, 0778-320-366, or 0778-324-566. Macabre Garage and Spare Parts, Liberia's #1.
Okay, folks, welcome back to the Freedom Morning Rise on Freedom 87.9. And so, yes, that is exactly what it is. So what we can confirm, and I've seen from the website of the MCC Compact, is that 3 African countries have got approval for a new MCC Compact for 2025, and they include Sierra Leone, $480 million United States dollars, Ivory Coast, $300 million United States dollars, and of course Zambia, $458 United States dollars. So I don't know where elements in the government are getting theirs from. So we wait to see what they have, because they promised today. But remember, while you are waiting, the same way these officials of the government posted that $5 billion was coming from SPX, and it turned out to be a lie, right? Remember always to keep these things at the back of your mind. And the same very government officials started disturbing our Facebook feed about $3 billion that was coming from China, right? Plus the $5 billion from SPX, that's $8 billion, right? And of course, the same government and the president that also informed you that 285 pieces of yellow machines was coming to this country from President Bwaka's good friend that turned out to be lied. And you always have to remember. And this is the same government that also assured us that they were bringing the Nicotest scholarship, right? Mm-hmm. That also turned out to be a lie. So do not be surprised whenever you're waiting for the details of these things. Always remember that there was a Nicotest scholarship that was promised, that there was Ayalolo buses also promised that did not come true.
And there was also a scholarship from the president
office that they collected 2,000 from the children. Up to now, the children money stay there. So this is it. I'm just letting you know, but basically, this is exactly where we are when it comes to these things. So beyond that, folks, I know this thing is a water under the bridge, but for the sake of public records and understanding the importance of the role we play in, the national political discourse, is very important that we weigh in on some of these critical things that have the propensity to shape the destiny of our country, like what we saw happen on Friday. Was it Friday or Thursday? With the Fulani lady and the LEC people, and of course the Liberian National Police. I have always avoided, and the tribal or religious sentiment of, when it comes to these things, because they are designed mechanism to sway our attention from the real issues, right? The real failures, and of course societal and misgivings, and then we rest our energy on the trivialities. You can't change somebody's tribe. You can't change them from who they are. In fact, they have no consent to becoming, so that person will always be who they are. The matter of religion is a person's choice. You can't force your choice upon somebody. Somebody choose to go to the mosque, you choose to go to the church. That's all your business there. Nobody come in, forget about real governing issues, governing failure, and be wasting time on, the other person that Christian, or the other person that Muslim. And so what? Who business is it? Right? So either way, you have the right to do whatever you want to do. But the cost that we have to look at is the general responsibility and duties that has to be performed by the state to guard and protect, sanctity, and of course, coexistence, and the effective handlings of matter in accordance with the rule of law. So now, since the assumption of the helm at the Liberian National Police, our police has drastically turned into, a kind of rebel style malicious operation. And this is the point that nobody should lose sight of. That day when it happened, you could say, oh, that Nene with all of the other, comedy thing you won't put around here, we could talk about that. But the approach of the police and, their conduct, the way they're deporting themselves, right? This thing goes beyond the Nene situation. But since it became center stage conversation, we could use that to try to draw other scenarios that gives, good backing to our position. Now, we believe the culture of violence have sunk deep into the police architecture, which is dangerous for all of us, well-being and welfare. Now, matters that must be handled professionally, as we know, the training and ethics of policing require the recognition of human rights in the discharge of their functions and duties, right? And of course, how to navigate, terrains where there resistance. They say that there's a doctrine. I say bring the man down or some. They get some doctrine where you're trying to.
The crab mentality.
No, the police people get away. Law enforcement, when they go arrest you, you playing hardball. They get some way they can swing you some way without causing injury and pull cuff on your hand.
Yeah.
And, all of that. It's professional. There's a professional way of doing it. So when you get all kinds of partisan zealots, you put them in the police, and all they understand is mediocrity and sentiments, this is where they ignore professional trainings and ethics in the discharge of their duties. When the police started violently beating motorcyclists around here, everybody felt it was a motorcyclist thing. People did not look at it as a culture that's breeding within the police that could be dangerous for everybody, no matter where you are, where you're seated. They went Kinjo, they killed people there. People say, oh, they were protesting, man, that protest thing. They went CDC and uselessly started firing tear gas and making the place like a war zone. And say, oh, that CDC thing. They did not get blood, but it was a culture that was being built within them. MCC students, our own students, our kids, right? Non-violent, peaceful march. They threw tear gas, beat them with baton, injured them. Some of them broke their arms and everything. We witnessed it. We saw it here. The police has been violent all through. All through they've been violent. People did not see it. So when the Nene situation happened, I said this thing here, maybe there should be an opportunity to call the boss to stop. But yesterday people are not. Gregory has a cunning way of always throwing officers under the bus. But no, the problem for me is not the officers, because these were the same officers that were there when Patrick Sudu was head of the police, and they were being saver, and they were being what? Serviceable to the people. People used to run to the police. The police were people friends, would sit, would lecture and things. But the police are always dressed up like they're going on warfare against the citizens. You go around the street, Macklin Street, every day the police and Liberian citizens are involved in some kind of battle. They're using sticks, beating our people with it. It's a violent culture. It's a violent culture, right? To add insult to injury, the Inspector General sat on national radio, ELBC, and instructed the police to go after anybody, and of course in a spirit of what? Defending themselves. So if you arm the police against its own people, what do you expect in return? They will drag anybody anywhere. They will drag you any day. This is what happened. Gregory has radicalized the Liberian National Police. All of the trainings the UNMIL and United Nations people gave our police here, Gregory has instilled his SOD training and mentality into the police. This is the biggest danger we have, right? To a point where the way police and taxi driver used to have conversation, now it can happen. As soon as taxi driver started put peace slapping the man, drag the man from your car, open, tell the man car key. These are the things we see regularly happening now. Motorcycle can leave coming from your father, will throw the stick even you. What if somebody sitting on your back, that baby man, right? That kid, they don't care. They didn't get any regard for human right. Is that the way to enforce law? I think no. This thing happened under a junta administration, not in a civilized democracy. This is what Liberian voices need to be rallied against. But when these things happen, Gregory will go, oh, we suspend the person, we suspend the other person. The same thing he did. Gregory, your concubines driving the streets of Monroe without lesson plates and things, without driver license. They can only call you on the phone. You tell the officer to lead them. You went ahead and go give police officer ticket. That showmanship thing he always trying to do, for the media. A girlfriend and passing around Monroe, they didn't get a driver lesson. Police officer, that's supposed to be, a benefit. The man went just for the media and the camera, go give police officer ticket. Left from there, the brother then on the highway doing a regular highway patrol, and appreciation basket. He told the poor appreciation basket, wasting on the car, film everything, show it to the world that the police officers are corrupt. The only clean men in the police are Gregory Como. You see what is happening? You see how the police people have become violent because the boss is blackmailing them, but they cannot stand up in the face of the boss, so they go ahead now and be ruthless and start beating people all around the place. And I see people calling themselves moral voices that were in the country when the MCC children were being beaten, the King George massacre happened.
And that's my point, Abu.
They did not say a thing. But soon then the case happened. Ali Clergy opened a mouth. By the time he get him to write, he can't talk. Who invited him? Ali Clergy, you've sold yourself. You told us here, and it is. I am still very disappointed in you. Wait for the platform, maybe when you are no longer seated where you are seated, where you'll be able to listen to reasoning. Right now, you only see reasoning on one angle. Once it's government associated, United Party, oh yeah, it makes sense to you. Every other person is supposed to be opposition, so fine. So we remain in our corner. But we will not cease from telling you the truth, because you know what? You're not God. The only person that we're afraid of are God. Our fellow men, we respect you, but we're not afraid of you. So we'll look in your face and tell you the truth. It is because of certain characteristics that everybody elect to honor, dignify, and respect the clergy. Any clergy that deviates from these value system, we are under no obligation to give you any kind of blindfolded, courtesy. No, absolutely not. These are our words. So you have to remain in the realm of the moral and integrity to commend the respectability that are due. But as soon as you start getting political, you become the mouthpiece of a political weapon against its people. You can't compare all of us to keep worshiping you. No, absolutely not. Because the benefits you get from the government, we do not have a share in it. Ali Clergy, as a moral voice, as a clergyman in this country, opened your mouth and said, now that he has the president here, he's not going to use the microphone, simply saying he's not going to advocate for the downtrodden anymore because he has proximity to power. I think that was a disappointment from a chief imam of a republic. If that in other countries, they will have election the next day and take the man from the position. But in Liberia, no. Right? In Liberia, no. Everything that politics. So he enjoyed his earphone and has ignored the microphone. So how come he utilized the microphone to talk?
Because he has joined the bandwagons of those preaching division. So when it is me and my group, I should support it. When it is not me or my group, then I should not speak into that. So if you noticed, and that's my disappointment with this Imam Ali Clergy, right? Clergy then sat in this country. Children were killed in Kinjor. Nothing was said about it from him or any of his associates. Clergy then sat in this country. Students who decided to go and petition their government and say, hey, our teachers are out of classes because they claim that these things are happening. How can you resolve this thing and ensure that our teachers can come back to classes? That decision of the students to peacefully petition the government led to Gregory instructing his men to go and brutalize those children and even shout at them. Okay. As if that wasn't enough, Gregory instructed his police officers to enter the premises of the Coalition for Democratic Change, or the CDC, and cause chaos there. Clergy did not say nothing, even though it threatened the peace of our country. No, Clergy did not say anything about that. When a Christian lady was dragged naked on that very fateful morning from the CDC party headquarters, dressed up in red trousers and only a bra, Clergy did not say anything, even though that picture trended on Facebook. Clergy did not say anything. But when it is now this case, like I said on Friday, Abu, for some of us, we don't want to speak into these things because people like Clergy then will not be able to appear negative to the audience, and that's what we will not do. But since we started this entire thing about advocating for the Liberian people that you've neglected, the Liberian people that you've disappointed, since we started advocating for them, you're just leaving with us. It is not your responsibility. Yes, it is not your responsibility to advocate for these people. No, it is not. Because all of you have sold your pockets or your belly to the pockets of politicians. Today, Clergy feel like outside of his association with Bwakai or government, where he's serving as board chair, Clergy feels when he leaves from there, he will not get money to feed his children. All his children, in fact, I'm sure you're aware of that. His children, bulk of his children are outside of this country going to school. Today, Ali, you don't feel like, no, the other ones, the Liberians that are struggling, Liberians that are facing police brutality, that are being ill-treated. I don't feel like it's important. Even when motorcyclists were robbed by this Gregory regime police, motorcyclists were robbed. When the
cyclists got killed, right?
Yes, here. Gregory did not. Let's say Clergy had not said anything. He did not say anything about that. But then when it appeared, that lady is a Liberian. Whether people say she's from Guinea, she's from this, she's from that, by virtue of the fact that she left from wherever country she's from and come to this country, it is the responsibility of the police in our country.
About for nationality,
yes,
thing, right?
It is a resident. It is the responsibility of. It is the same way these guys can go and protect the Chinese, even when they are stealing from us, the Lebanese, the Indians, the Americans, all of that. The same way you go and protect them, that's how that lady should be protected, not because she's black, whatever the case is. So, Clergy, like we said, some of you, you're leading issue about or advocacy, you're leafy. No, you're going to be making mockery of the people's struggle. You're going to be making mockery of the people's suffering. You're exploiting them. You're disrespecting them. You're ill-treating them. Then you want to be using the They face voting, you see that. You read anything about it? I don't know whether you check on your page. He did that post forgetting to know that there were smart people who could do it like us, who screenshot a post and all of that. He took it down in less than two three hours. I don't know why.
That is backlash actually. So, but basically, the point we're trying to make here is, in moral advocacy, consistency matter. You have to remain consistent, and you lose it. You lose it the moment you flip flop and signal inconsistency. So this is it. The clergy has disappointed this country since Bouaka became president. Since all of them begin taking position on different boards, subjecting their consciences to the whims and caprice of politicians, kids who are bent on stealing from the people and stealing the future of our children, right? So now, most of the time, the cherry pick on what to speak to. I think this instance exposed Ali Krai's sentiment and, of course, his bias to an extent, because the public view now sees him as a man who speaks only when Nene gets affected. Like somebody who said the other day that, the Fulanins are very generous to Ali Krai. They are his friends. In fact, he leads prayer at their mosques. So apparently, he was under some kind of obligation to speak out, because these are his benefactors. So I don't know. I don't know whether that could be, but it's everything that's in the air. So to be a moral voice, it requires a lot, though. But again, Clergy have said his own clearly. He has the president ears. So all he cares, all he has wanted in this country is to have the ear of the president. All that you're thinking about moral advocacy, that loud mouth preaching, and speaking to what the Quran says, Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessing be, all that thing, it end up in a bowl. So the bowl now, all that thing, you can't get nothing from Cry again.
The man is always going and sitting for board meetings, getting or whatever it is that they are supposed to receive as board members or board chairs. Then, so what you expect the man to talk? The man part need to board too now.
So know God for yourself. The Quran is clear. The instructions are there, right? What is right, what is wrong is there. Read it, and guide your spiritual well-being and all of that. The other people that won't be politicians, they have the right to, though. The constitution guarantee associate, disassociate. Bali will know you, then will treat you as who you are. So this is it, folks. Beyond that, putting into the 26 conversation, but just before we do, right? *255 *1#, *255 *1#, *255 *1# is the short code. Remember, you have a chance to win yourself a cell phone, brand new smartphone, on Friday or Saturday, which we'll confirm tomorrow. So, but make sure you're part of the draw. The more you play, the better the chances are to win, and of course, qualify to win the cell phone prize on Friday or Saturday. *255 *1#. We'll stay here paying money. The moment we reach the threshold, the system opens. Definitely, we will do the draw and pay our money. That is that. So the Christoph show. You are more into the entertainment thing. You used to listen and treat better. This time I don't know what happened. So
I still love that. It's just that the time can permit now. All of that.
Music. I think one good thing that happened for the 26 was, a daring message that Liberian, the musical industry, is ready for something big, and the people also demonstrated that they are prepared to stand with their own, no matter what it is. You see, for the war to embrace the Afrobeat for Nigeria, it had to be Nigerian that took it out. When you go on TikTok, Nigerians are dancing to the Afrobeat sounds, they're including it all over, and everything they do, right? So Liberians have come to the realization, from what I, draw from what happened over the weekend, that look, we got to stand with our own. The world has to look, when the world turn to Liberia, they do not see us heralding American, arts and crafts, music, They do not see us with Ivorian music and things dancing. They do not see us. But when they turn to Liberia, they see everything Liberia. The clothes we wear, the music we dance, right? The food we eat, and all that. So it's a bigger message than just going on the stadium and something. But it's to say that we are prepared to be who we are, right? No matter what it is, but this is who we are. This is what we love. This is what we can do. This is what we can produce. And this is what we are standing with. This is what we showing to the world as our identity. So the organizers were excellent. I know in the face of daring challenges, bullies, criticism, condemnation, where the government has seemed to be stealing glory from the children organization, right? Refuse to utter one line in support or promotion of the event. MICAT will host useless press briefings every day to lie to the country,
even though they got a cultural component of the
exactly
everything.
They did not say one. They did not even invite the organizer. Too sweet.
One day
they did not see the bigger picture. But you know why? And I will spill this beans. They've always seen people associated with that event as people who supported CDC 2023.
The Quran people.
Remember, Too Sweet? This party, the government did everything they could to indict this young man of what drug trafficking in this country.
Even the minister of public works tried to demolish it.
When the guy started building that park,
all of that,
he went there and wasted the main investment.
Facilitated by MCC boss. How you call him? This guy.
Say the John, PCC.
The PCC was in favor of that because he had conversation with the guy from the PCC.
Okay.
But then because your man from the MCC is involved into CFI is involved into business that there's this guy.
So how CFI become a man?
Yeah, so CFI is involved into these billboard things. It is while Too Sweet 2 is running. So as a way of getting him down, they made all efforts to bring him down with the issue of drugs, but they did not succeed. Got him under attack, went to the place that he was built. Go at the Duper Road there, the turning point there. Go and see how beautiful that place is, right to the junction, the Duper Road junction there. That place was demolished, and he even got angry and said he was not going to do it. But mind you, this is a fanatic of the government. He's a strong supporter of the Unity Party. So everything you see him doing, you did not see him doing all of these things before.
No, he's the kind of businessman I like to put it, because I like to give people the benefit of the doubt. Right, he's a businessman. He works and supports every system that's there. So apparently, when he had these contracts with the CDC and MCC people and were fulfilling these, right, because of the hateful nature of Wakai, once you see it, he say, "Oh, you're CDC." So apparently, they misunderstood him and took him to be seditious. So ever since they came, they went after him and his businesses. They draw up all kind. You remember that instance with AB Kuma, right? And Fadiga to the hotel there. The tear gas, the very young man, right? The guy has come from out of all of that and said, hey, listen, me, I'm not politician, get time for everything. I believe in the young people. We the young people will do this thing. None of them associated with the main program. None of them said a jing thing. Now a day, Mika say, "Oh, all they plenty useless talking. We can be talking here. Understand I think rule that competition we can be on. Let you bring the children and let you for the young people." Nobody did that. But executed the program in the face of doubt. That it will not go nowhere. I remember people playing Funko water seller thing, right? They did all of that. The young people.
Is it when you don't go there, you will say cool?
Yeah, the people committed themselves 60 days of publicity and outreach. They managed to nearly fill the SKD. First of its kind. I stand to be corrected, but first of its kind
for a Liberian artist.
Exclusively
Liberian.
No foreign artists. Even when Akon and Kim, I'm not sure they feel to that capacity.
No, not at all.
When P Square then came here, all the other square and triangle then.
And Abu, just to remind you that how you call him, Case Daniel, during his prime, came in Liberia and did not receive even 200-300 persons. So Case Daniel, that we know, the Buga dancer, when Buga was making hits across Africa, he did not put up even 0.25% of the crowd that was put up on Saturday.
So that was a win for the industry. And big up to our man 1030. Saw the man perform.
Yeah, man.
The man put the biggest show.
I was tired to buy.
The man put a bigger show. You know what? The man, when they was paying the man was collecting the money, man can see small in collect.
The man say ugly man I get open teeth. So Abu not man there in the music industry. Abu man, when I may say this, me I let him tell it. 1030 can sing songs related to people from the slum. Say the acting that they let me. There are people who can pretend to you, they acting that you, they see you, they smile, they laugh, they do everything, but at your back, sincerely, these are the people who are fighting to bring it down. So that track by 1030 is a good piece, and if I'm sure that Abu ringing too, we can laugh. All of on Saturday, or I'm going to call Abu so I can hear the man ringing too.
Basically, I'm always attracted to people who come from the background where they defy the odds, and, and it's part of what people views about them. They take pride in themselves and they explore the opportunities and unleash their talents. That's why I'm always appreciative of 1030. Sometimes when I'm watching his videos on the different social media handle, I'll be excited, feeling good. I say, yeah, that man, because that man can serve as a motivation to plenty other people, right? And I'm going to support him for the MLMA, right?
Mm-hmm.
The music award something. When it comes, once 1030 comes there, we'll support him. We'll vote for him. He will get it. When 1030 wins it, it's going to be a bigger and more, wider motivation for a whole generation. Some of those people on drugs could get motivated by the lack of 1030. So now you give this award to people at 1030, not because of all of the things, you're getting class in your 1030, no. But you give it to him, 1030 can begin a revolution.
Mm-hmm.
And when people in his class, all of them, 1030, but you see 1030 be made in the country now. So people will start changing gradually and following. And this is how that is what they call impact.
Mm-hmm.
But you're ready, you're taking a award and you're giving it to your friend, you're entering or relative, blah blah. You're doing the thing.
And in fact, the people can suppress people because of their relationship or personal issue with you. They will suppress you and all of that. But it's important, like Abu said, whenever you try, when you want to bring change in society, it is important to take one of the downtrading, one of those who people will always criticize, one of those who people never at any point in time thought that something good was going to come from out of that person. So when you uplift those kind of individuals, they serve as motivation for others who are coming up. So a man like 1030, frankly speaking, I don't know how many of you will see him, but whenever I see him, I feel like Abu said, this is a man who could be used as an ambassador. Even the issue about drugs, even encouraging people who are today facing other challenges in life. These are he's a man that we could use to help to get to be maybe ambassador against drugs and all of that.
Exactly.
But you must, man. Let
but that the man floating all around the government. People not seeing the man.
Yeah, let me frank.
The man may break through and they won't go take glory.
But you notice that how you call them, the Ministry of Information released a statement in support to congratulating.
Is it a part of the
it's part of the rescue agenda.
A bunch of useless people, nothing.
So it get proved to us, Abu. This is where we young people have to sit and critically analyze who we elect to serve us. The people we elect to serve us are not people who want to see us succeed. But in case we fight on our own and succeed, they want to take our glory. They want to make it appear like, with that person, I brought. I don't want to help that person. So they could not at any point, like Abu said, call the organizers of that occasion to say, hey, can you come here? Even though for the last 1 month we've not had anything positive to say, but can you come here and just inform the Liberian people, since this is a part of our culture, man, let's get it done. They did not do it, but now that it have become successful, in fact, they posted all of the successful pictures online and then trying to make it a part of the rescues agenda and in fact the Independence Day celebration. But this is like real for you and I.
Which was not the case. Or far from it, they had no relationship But guess what? You know why they always try to distance themselves? Because anything that have to do with the ordinary people they use and all of that, they scheme around it. They make the elitism is too much within the structure of the state. So you see, that's what we always like to identify our own regular people. If that event are going to happen CDC time, you're going to see the overwhelming government endorsement and support. You're going to see government officials taking it, campaigning and promoting it. It was going to be bigger than what you saw. But your so-called elite, several lot of people you brought to power, they didn't come anywhere close. They all that boys, that children, teenage down there, man, that teenage and blah blah. But it has succeeded, then they won't steal it. All the money you spend on the independent, you ever get to Sweden, Fadala, Kappa, and Colino crowd and passing around say they putting canopy, all that thing as stealing to justify or stealing. She actually working bad way. Let her go bring that budget also a year. How much they spend on it? Almost over $500,000 to $600,000 to celebrate. They didn't get the children rocked. But anyway, folks, let's take course. When we come back, we'll go into the different conversations that came from the independent, the official program.
Mm-hmm.
There were several presidents that came from other countries, and so Ahmed Don, I think he spoke very well, and some of the emittents that were also there. We want to make analysis of these things and put you in the right position to understand what is informing these positions now. What can we say? So let's take course on this one plus other issues we talk about. 0776 104 104 086 500 104 086 500 104 are the numbers to call. Okay. Okay, so we're getting the star 255 star 1 hash, star 255 star 1 hash, and then you're good to go. Star 255 star 1 hash. Okay, once the system opens, then we do the draw and give you your money. Let's take course. What is the independence you want to talk about? The Christoph show, or whether is just anything you want to throw your light on.
Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Morning.
Good morning to you guys. This is Will. I'm recording for Captain Papa.
Go ahead, William.
Thank you for the program this morning. Let me tell you, the independent yesterday were together. You know, got to be happy now, independent. But with President Bwaka, if you need it. But nothing the president, I know, if I ever say, nothing you know here where it is. They put it for all a job here. They progress the left party for. They get Christian set up committee. They may want to the last year. Or can go pass it wherever. President. How do you proud that I won't need the business? Who's going to go back the president of the team?
The government said the reason all of you celebrated and buy 1122 clothes for your children say because Bwaka is president. Is that correct?
What play? We got to do it, you know. You have responsibility as a father for President Bwaka. President Bwaka, you get you can't get his speech. Think and captain. Look at him on track coming for all the business now. He said bring it, come import. They hired to the shit make coming that bro. Come for all a job. Look at the kind of thing they put to him right now, Abu. He might cry, you pass sorry for him. That man, you'll be focal here, President Wiata. You'll be focal here. I don't call you Ibero. I will take you and God bless you people.
All right, thank you.
Thank you too for your participation. This person is next. Good morning. 0776 104 104 86 500 104 are the numbers. You can call us on right here and be a part of today's edition of the program. Let's talk to this person. Good morning.
Yes, good morning, guys.
Morning, boss. Morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, my attention turned to the MCT scorecard. I remember when someone checking from Ivory Coast, they have a talk show on OKFM. And he said, the fact of the matter is that we are won the SEA forecast 2023. The bill already qualified to have 500 million if the final minister know the process. So I see on the social media that the bill is and everything. I think I already see you have good government, you have good final minister, the best you get that money watching.
Okay.
Okay.
Good
Let's
morning.
talk to this person. Morning. Hello. Hello. Morning.
Good morning.
Go ahead.
Good morning.
You live. Go ahead.
It's a right up to right. Something like my acquiring my proper in Clergy politics.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
You know,
Go ahead.
you know, the United Party, they're just kind of a shameless. They have nothing to hang on. I mean, it's just unfortunate that, like when you're drowning in the water, you don't see the rest of data you hang on it. Because they have nothing to show. So I guess they just want to take any little thing to wrong way. You know, I mean, it get unfortunate. Now you look at somebody tell all the social thing again, like having show in the place, jam pack. How can that be something that you want to take onto yourself? And you see the people, people carrying the stress, trying to see how well they can pour away their sorrow. Then you want someone to say, hey, after they don't get out, then how can people wear clothes? How can people not naked in the street? How can, people going to the stadium? How can people go to the swimming pool? You can see, you know, be telling them, people,
Yeah.
so you want them to be like what now? So you want them to start the way you know that they can't get out?
I said the people came to make everybody beggar. So because you're not being beggar now, they vest. Then they're taking glory. As if to say they give anybody money.
There's a little thing that you follow Facebook and want to like show it to the world that people are enjoying because they want to wear clothes, they want to buy clothes for the children, they want to cook 1 or 2 cups of it. Then I have to get out. It sounds so naive and stupid, man. I'm not saying.
Thank you,
Let's
man.
talk to
Thanks a
another
lot.
person
You know,
here.
the guys are in power now could not survive out of government jobs.
Morning.
So they think every other person is going to be dirty.
Morning, I'm Abby Johnson calling from Guru District 4. You see, so the issue, people say a lot, the independent day program, everything, people passing around saying the independent day will already, but the brother in the green jersey or groceries, they don't want the independent day will already for. You see, I'm thinking currently the driver are running on the airport. Junction here, they are protesting that local traffic car will not fly on the road because why? Traffic management is forcing them out of the car. That kind of rebel way when we
Yeah, so they're giving them tickets, explosive tickets.
And the time people were hijacking people and taking them off the car. But now we see a normal elected government and see people is hijacking people taking it from the car only because they make ticket as profit carry now in the country. Ticket is no longer about violation. So the whole thing about traffic management is no longer about violation. It's about getting money for them to be able to share among themselves. So now what we are experiencing.
Okay.
I'm sitting right now trying to go at the airport and no car moving. Only people are in a private vehicle moving. But commercial driver that know their commercial friends is stopping them from buying the road. So that the situation going on right now.
All right. Thank you very much. The president, son, your two guests, shares, and other people. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Abu, and good morning to Higa.
Morning.
Let me say 178 independence to you and to all Liberians.
Thanks a lot.
This is that I call to our old residents. Well, Abu and Hagar, for me, the issue of that Fulani situation, I think it's a combination of a long situation of suppression, marginalization, and exclusion.
Okay.
What you saw is that outburst is the result of the long since the government came. There have been the news. Most Fulani national documentation has been taken from them and has been accused of being out of Guinea or from Mali.
From Mali,
yeah. So that situation was as the result, it's not just because of that you saw there. And I think there should be a national discussion. Or else, I see a bigger situation happening in the future because the people feel marginalized, they feel suppressed. So thank you so much.
Thanks a lot, and I can agree with you any unless it makes sense because the outburst was so unprecedented. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. How are you this morning?
Fine, let's hear you.
Thank you very much, Abu. My name is Aiba Douglas. I do join for Canal Issue
Mm-hmm.
To I hear that the paper just trying to escort the vice president to send the committee to event also why it is house or living in our country.
Mm-hmm.
So the women just get to know that we are in house in Liberia. If I do a campaign, the woman announce to the world that the Liberian people are suffering, there is no food, no medication, hospitals are there, but there is no data. So since the government took power up to now, 1 year plus, in the order that we are in house, I go the Liberian people embarrass our country. It's really so. If you are going to be anything the pandemic, everyone are going to go ground. At the end, the woman will say, "Oh, but they have feel the work in our country." We are in tears. Thank you very much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. But this is exactly what it is. The admittance of the president, which details will come to subsequently. But this is where we are, and let's pay some money here on *255*1#. *255*1# is the code to qualify to win money here on the Freedom Money Rise this morning. 4,000, 5,000, 10,000. So we're gonna pay 5,000 right now. In fact, I will suspend the 4,000. We give 5, then we come back and push from behind and go up. So that's exactly what it is. The more you play, the better the chances are to win. So let's give this money out to one of the winners here, right? Okay. Okay. Let's take this. Here. So people who have goals, they're trying to bring to town, all of them going to get stranded today. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're live. This is Freedom FM.
Yeah, thank you.
How are you this morning? What is your name?
Nathaniel Kume.
Nathaniel Kume?
Yeah.
Did you play our cash giveaway this morning?
Yeah, I played.
How many times?
7 times.
7 times. That's how much? That's
700.
That's 700 on the regular. Yeah. So you've won $5,000. Congratulations.
Thank you.
The money on the phone, you don't see it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you still have a chance. On Friday we get smartphone, and then we still have 10,000 in the bucket. Okay. So it's a whole bucket of resources and prizes. So when you put your hand inside the one, you win that is. So come and put your hand there, you won 5,000. So you too can do the same, right? On *255*1#.
You want us to pick more calls from here now?
Let's take 2 more. And then
Okay, since you are not ready, I'll pick David King, who is more prepared than you are. Morning.
Morning, my brother. How the morning?
Relatively okay.
Abu, good morning.
Morning.
I bet today my anniversary. I hear anything from you.
Oh, happy anniversary, my man.
You have to tell what you doing for the rescue anniversary.
Tell my sister congratulations, my man.
My man, rescue anniversary, y'all know. I didn't know that. But we'll have a quiet time anyway. Family and few friends.
All right, my brother. Congratulations. Happy anniversary to you and your darling sweetheart.
Thank you. Thank you so much, my brother. You see, you guys are very much comical. You know, you guys just need to be put in a theater and let it be there, the comedy. This people had a show. We did not hear anything from the weekly press giving that nature information all we have. Now that the people show was a success, and everything went fine, like Great Kimber in the mind, and they want to come now, claim glory. How can you claim glory? How can you claim glory to something that you did not make? And this is how they're going about claiming projects that they did not even break down for. So these are the kind of government that we have. This government not prepared. That's happened. Today, you know what? You know what is happening today? No car going to Buchanan, no car going to Ralph. The guys are on a strike because of drug traffic management. I just drove past after that too long ago. So you think these people serious? When you got a country every day, there will be some kind of protest somewhere. You just protesting, people protesting the whole day. Then you think the government is a serious government? The government is not serious. The government don't mean business. The government very much responsible, but we say President Bwaka lacks the understanding. He don't know how to lead them on a project.
So right after the independence celebration, the whole country on lockdown.
The country on lockdown. Very much lockdown. No car going around, no car going Buchanan. You try to force the people we pack the cars we want to do something to their car as a commercial driver.
Mm-hmm.
So they said they brought 36 buses now. Like, they stand now to put 36 buses on the road to carry those that going Buchanan and Abel. Because no car going outside, no car going Boystown. So what really the government want to do now to bring stability to the country? My brother, the country knows it on a podcast. Nothing will get them on the home. Thank you, man.
Thanks a lot. Bwaka himself has admitted.
Maybe just a call now will do for us here. Then we move on to another conversation here. Morning. You gotta walk away from the radio, or should I cut you off? Which one?
Good morning. Hey guys, good morning. Abu, how are you doing this morning?
Morning.
We're trying.
My name is James Bade, and I'm the chairman of the Veteran Assembly, District 16 Nikuta. Thank you this morning for your deliberation. But one thing that surprised me is that why are the drivers are protesting? Why are they protesting? All right? They didn't know that it was going to happen. Many of them were bringing in this president. They thought that it was going to be, maybe honey. They shouldn't protest. All right? They shouldn't protest. Changes have to be made, and the changes are in process. Yeah, we have the Liberian traffic management. They are not working. But they shouldn't protest. It is in the interest of the Liberian.
Okay.
People are trying to modernize the country to a modern standard as compared to the other countries around us.
The guy's being sarcastic.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay.
You understand? Number two. I heard that the senators are not in favor of traffic management.
But most people ain't trust that thing the Senate doing. I listen to somebody say the Senate trying to bat them, so traffic management board will go see them and get a part of envelope too.
Where were they? Where were they when people were signing documents, when they were bringing their people? About 5 to 6 months back then. They never knew that they should be signed. The people began working with the police before they said they against it. Then the people found places. They just a window dressing.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. And this is going to take us to the conversation from the independence, particularly with our president. Here, I sent you a video that you will post, on the page so that our followers will follow and hear from the president's mouth, admitting to all of what we've been saying in terms of relating the hardship and unbearable condition and economic quagmire that have swept the country since the inception of the Unity Party government under Joseph Newman Boakai, that a lot of the folks and of course apologists of the government has refused to accept all of these things when we say them. They've branded us all sort of ways and called us names, but to have heard the president admit, sees that indeed the work we do here, our desire is not to just bomb off our country, as a lot of the Boakai apologists want to make it seem, but rather to speak truth to power and ensure that the government does the right thing in the interest of uplifting each Liberian from poverty and ensuring job opportunity for qualified and competent Liberian citizens and school-going opportunity for our kids under very conducive environments, better health care for our parents, particularly our pregnant women, and all of that. So those are the cause of our agitation, if you may, or our radical conversations around national happiness in the country. So we will begin with the president and his speech. Maybe tomorrow we'll go for the others. So, but let's start with the president, right? That is just an excerpt of what the president said, but this is the full text. It's not really long.
Our domestic
A 2-3 minutes read that we just run over quickly for you. So on the Independence Day, the president had the honor to address the republic. So let's hear some of what he said, Higa, and then we'll come subsequently.
Our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Transportation costs are too high. The prices of flour and other essential goods continue to be a burden. Building our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Transportation costs are too high. The prices of flour, sugar, and other essential goods continue to be a burden. Building materials are still expensive, making it hard for ordinary Liberians to construct houses and businesses.
So that is just an excerpt that basically speaks to some of the core difficulties that Liberians are faced with. Remember, once upon a time, we told you that the prices of cement were increasing, right? Truckload of crushed rat, everything has been increased. Truckload of sand, everything. So the infrastructural leap that Liberia was witnessing under the Weah administration, where you saw expansion in infrastructure and development, people are building homes. There's a downward spiral. These things are going down because people capacity to have monies in their pocket when it's affected. Not many people are going to be involved with building anymore, right? So the president has admitted to the very things we said some times ago, right? So let's begin from right where the president said, skipping the introductory. Yeah, I bring greetings with a heart full of gratitude to God as we gather with prayer and hope in this historic Centennial Memorial Pavilion to celebrate 178 years of our nation's independence, an enduring symbol of the Liberian spirit and our common journey through triumphs, trials, and transformation. July 26 is the living symbol of the courage and convictions of those who dreamed of a homeland of liberty and self-governance for African people. As we celebrate this day, we honor their legacy and reflect deeply on the journey we have taken as a people through great promises, painful divisions, and steadfast resilience. Earlier this year, Liberia made a significant leap on the global stage by being elected to a non-permanent seat on the United Nations Security Council for a country once defined by war. This is a powerful reminder that we are no longer seen only through the lens of conflict, but as a nation of peace builders, a voice of reason in a troubled war. It shows that Liberia is being counted among the countries that matter, that the war is watching, and more importantly, that Liberia is ready to lead. It is a global affirmation of the progress we are making towards peace, stability, and responsible leadership. With that said, in a matter of days leading up to the president making this delivery, his police was seen in a classic display of violence as meted against a lady, right? Police brutality, as there's a surge in police brutality. There's report about increased domestic violation, the violation of women's rights. Rape cases have skyrocketed. Mysterious death has also increased. I don't know how all of this reflects what the president included within his speech. So the spoken words quite contrary to the realities on the ground. But then you can understand. Here at home in recent months, we have taken important steps towards national healing and reconciliation, most notably the respectful reburial of former presidents William Albert Tolbert Jr. and Samuel Kildo Jr. These ceremonies aim to correct historical injustices and to unite us as one nation moving forward. Additionally, the declaration of a national apology for the countless life loss and the destruction caused by our years of conflict is a bold yet necessary step forward. In as much as the very reburial have met huge criticism from the public. Other Liberians have considered this as selective reconciliation, caring and, in fact, caring only for the perpetrator and leaving the victims of the Lutri massacre, the Nimba Reed, of course, the Bakedu massacre. The government and the president have done nothing in reparation for those people, the towns, the villages, and their families. But rather, he chose to reward and of course clear the tears of his elite friends, the Turbers, and of course the Doe family, and all of these things, leaving victims with grief and sadness for everything that happened during the conflict. This is unfair, this is imbalance, this is lack of objectivity in pursuit of justice and of course fairness. There is a familiar African proverb that says, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. Today, as we celebrate, this is coming from a president who has divided the country and, of course, is moving only with partisans and Unity Party supporters and all that, have ostracized every other person that has diverse political views and, of course, indifference. And all of those people are deemed enemies of the states under his watch as president of the country. Today, as we celebrate our independence, this wisdom rings true. We cannot build a lasting future without working together as one people with a shared destiny. Often at times, the president has always proven contrary to the words that come from his mouth. And of course, the Independent Day was no short of the demonstration of this character or these characteristics by the president. He is running a country where indeed our destiny are divided, right? The Unity Party folks are moving. Everything about the country is start to elements of the Unity Party. The rest of the other country is left, and of course they are condemned and of course called names. As I mentioned last year, we are standing at a crossroads. The confluence of our past and our potential. Our path keeps us locked in always, repeating the mistakes of yesterday. The other dare us to dream boldly and move forward, learning from our history, but not imprisoned by it. We must choose that second path and declare this era the Liberian century. We must rise to build a society that values knowledge over ignorance, unity over discord, and progress over stagnation. I don't know where the government has demonstrated unity over discord or knowledge over ignorance when you have big illiterate elements occupying positions and capacity that they have no knowledge of, the lack of Cooper passageway, no practical job experience, no knowledge of the fields, and they're occupying these positions simply because they are party zealous. Daniel Sano, one classic example, who has demonstrated no writing proficiency, speaking, and command and all of those things, occupy a place and uses chat GPT to help. Anyway, that's the event of technology. So let's see how all of that plays out. But there are contradictions. You can't be talking about merit and you're promoting mediocrity in your employment and of course job consideration as the president of the country. Around the world, nations are leveraging technology to transform their societies and turn challenges into opportunities. Liberia must not be left behind, but to move forward. We must first heal the divisions that threaten to pull us apart, even though the president is the center of widening and deepening Liberia's division, evident by his hate and of course lack of respect and recognition for people before him. And no matter what happened, no matter what how history is written, George Weah will always be recorded before Joseph Boakai. So he's going to live with that hate. It's only maturity that will help him overcome these things and respect other people who occupied the office before him and recognized their sacrifices. Our development will not endure without reconciliation, even though the man who has occupied the biggest office in the country has tailored his national program around disunity and division, but he stand before the wall and preach rhetorics about reconciliation. Our future cannot take root without unity. This is why this year's theme, One People, One Destiny, Healing the Past and Building the Future, rings loud and such urgency. There is no greater task before us than building a Liberia that is good for all Liberians. We must be inspired by the words that says, where there once were shadows, light has fallen. Yes, Liberia has known darkness, but today we must be the torch bearers of that new light, a light that reveals our common purpose. The nation has made progress, and we must urgently work using the positives from Liberia's exceptionalism to accelerate our efforts and catch up. As we commit ourselves to national unity, we also pause today to extend our deepest gratitude on behalf of the people of Liberia to the economic community of West African state, the very economic community of West African state that your government and official of your cabinet insulted, disrespected, dishonor in the crisis around the legislative leadership for its decisive and courageous role during our country's most turbulent years. To ECOWAS countries that contributed troops and resources during the original deployment in Liberia, to Nigeria, Ghana, Sierra Leone, the Gambia, Guinea, Mali, Senegal, and others, we owe a historic debt of gratitude. Blah blah blah. We remember with reverence the leadership and courage of key ECOWAS figures who championed the cause of peace in Liberia. These were the voices of the voiceless when Liberia had none. These were the hands that helped lift us when we had fallen. I mean, you should recognize we are here, though. You can talk about these things without we are. But again, you have a deep hate for we are, so we understand. It is for those reasons, or this reason, that in this year of our 178th independence and 50th anniversary of ECOWAS, Liberia chooses to honor these countries, these leaders, and the institution of ECOWAS itself. Your commitment to regional solidarity and collective security gave Liberia a second chance. And for that, we are internally grateful. As we say in Liberia, yo, thank you plenty, yeah. Okay, so let's skip and come to this. The sacred monument will not only commemorate the falling. Okay, that's the Ekama monument thing. Okay, so with this conviction, I hereby declare Wednesday, July 30, 2025 as a national day of prayer. On this day, I call on all Liberians, our partners, and everyone within the borders of Liberia to gather in our churches, mosques, and other places of worship to seek God's face. We should ask that they coming Wednesday for his continued blessing upon our land and to renew our covenant for peace, unity, and a reconciled Liberia. My fellow Liberian, our nation is moving forward. We are building on the gains of the last 2 decades with focus and determination. We are improving Liberia's image on the international stage and rewriting the narrative of who we are as a people and what our country stands for. At home possibility. Small, we are marching towards a happy land by God's command. But let me be clear, there is still much more to do. While our economy is making steady progress, our domestic revenue remains limited, and many families continue to feel the weight of high prices. Transportation costs are too high. The prices of flour, sugar, and other essential goods continue to be a burden. Building materials are still expensive, making it hard for ordinary Liberians to construct homes and businesses. This contradiction, where input costs have fallen yet market prices remain high, requires urgent attention. Therefore, I am establishing a high-level presidential ad hoc committee to investigate these disparities and recommend practical solutions for our immediate action. The committee will be chaired by someone I trust deeply, a dedicated public servant and an experienced businessman, Vice President Jeremiah Kwan Kun. The committee will work swiftly and submit a comprehensive report within 45 days with clear recommendation to restore fairness and stability in our market system. I pause here. Higa.
Yes, Abu.
So you have indicated, all of us
who sat here.
The president's solution that he has recommended.
So, firstly, like you said, all of us who sat here and made it clear to Liberians that the country is difficult. Things, prices are on the increase, and the president and the government are doing nothing to ensure that is settled. As we speak now, the current exchange rate is at 202. The current exchange rate is at 202.
Depending where you are.
Depending where you are. Mm-hmm. And that is for the selling rate. That is if you got your US dollars and you want to go and get
Liberty.
But if you want the US dollars, if you got your Liberty and you want to go purchase in US dollars and you want to buy, you should be looking around 205, 206, 207, around there. But that is where we are. So all of these things, we said it before, but because the president feel like, these guys are, their mentality of always branding people, of being associated to a political party, that because of that belief, the government did not do anything. But again, Abu, let me say this. I felt happy when the orator made it clear to the president that the hungry child. This was one of what was said by the orator, Mr. Don. What he said. He said, "A hungry child cannot wait for macroeconomic policy. A farmer without tools cannot wait for committee's report." So this is just the key point. Mm-hmm. A mother who cannot afford health care for her child does not need promises. She needs solution. So about this part, will we have to wait for committee's report? Since Buakai became president, there have been several committees that have been set up. You can testify.
Our people are hungry.
There have been several committee reports. There have been several committees that have been set up. What has come out of those committees that have been set up by the president remains another question that we all need to find answer to. So now, the president have set up a committee, giving them 45 days. That is to say, a month plus 15 days. So the entire August is not there. The entire maybe half of September, or at the end of that, mind you, the committee could tell you, say, Mr. President, we still need time. That is it. So all of those times will be wasted. While we will continue to suffer, people will continue to die from bad health, like it was healthcare, like it happened to a lady who was compelled to give birth outside. People will continue to die from hunger. While the government is speaking in big terms, people will continue to die while we're waiting for 45 days ultimatum for the report, quote unquote report. And now, when the report is presented, the president himself will sleep on it, take his own time to sleep on it, and even we might not even have a solution to what will be said or what will be brought forth. So all those things are just, I will call them showmanship. You know, the president, he got certain attitude that he really need to change. But again, this is where we are. The old man is vindictive. You don't see things from a holistic perspective. You don't see it from a point that these are Liberians making the necessary recommendation to my government. And one of the things again I was said by the orator Abu that I so much admired yesterday on Saturday was about the issue of opposition. Our opposition parties must be respected, not demonized. They are not the enemy of the state. They are part of the missionaries of accountability. So, except for Buakai see opposition as people from different planets who don't have no stake in this government or in this country. So when he's doing things and people he claim are opposition, when they're making reference, when they're making necessary recommendations to him, he doesn't see them important. When we sit here and speak to the government and say that these are things that need to be done if Liberians must be, the lives of Liberians should be improved. When we said to the president, forget about the fight that was going on at the legislature, stop dividing the legislature, stop dividing lawmakers in the House of Representatives. The president said he was going to work with a quorum, even if the quorum was not legal, he was going to work with the quorum, and he did everything he could do to get us to where we are. So this old man, I don't know, but Bwaka is not showing us any progress. Any road that we say, oh, there's a prospect that maybe a year or two from now thing will change. Nothing. That thing I just met because people were there. So even other president, that thing Abu Lifi, the president was show voting in from Malabio, in from Mahama and things. These are people. Remember, you're trying to make himself to feel. Oh, when they put a leave from here. Oh, the president in Liberia have set up a committee. They will investigate, at least try to stabilize prices and all of that. That is it. But the actual thing, I told you, I said, Papi, you get interest in working to ensure, to tell the real thing to the public. Like to say, oh, let understand that there are challenges. We cannot just work with these challenges. We need support. We need partners to come in and help us. No, he don't want to do that way. He want to make it look like he's a master of everything. He portray himself like the best, but deep down, we as Liberians, we are suffering, and this is it. There is no if and end about that. The taxi drivers that are protesting today, that are on a go slow or on a strike action, they are going to affect us. They will not affect Bwaka. Bwaka could leave from here and they say you want to go to Rivers International Airport now. He got a convoy that will carry him. You want to go to Lofa, you want to go to Cape Mount, Bapul, wherever. He got a convoy that will carry him. Whether the price of diesel fuel go up as high as what, the president convoy will never go without fuel. So he's not affected by what we are going through. Bwaka need to ensure that your price of rice is 2,000 or 1,500 before you eat. No, even if it can go as high as 10,000, he will eat 4, 5, 6, 7 times a day anytime he wants to. Because our country money is being used by him. He got over 100,000 plus on his credit cards every time, and that is it.
Every time just to go around, the president has 100,000. But look, my brother, you could not have said it any better, and I agree with you on a lot of points. Because you know what? Liberia as a country, if we only needed speeches, this country would have been the most attractive place on the face of the earth. We've heard and listened to many speeches delivered. Very, very beautiful, they call it. Because we are not screens to nice delivery on occasions like these, wonderful speeches from excellent speakers. So we must not be, misled into believing that because Bwaka has admitted and he has set up a committee, so he is practical and intentional about the issues that Liberians have raised. This is the same old man that stood up at the ministerial complex and mocked when Liberians took to the streets communicating these challenges. This man is a dangerous man. Every time we come here, we talk to you about how dangerous the president is. You overlooked it. This man was being very hypocritical. Like Hagar said, and I want to elaborate more, the president did that only because he was being called out in the face of his peers who were making practical strides and rewriting the history and condition of their people in their respective country. So he had to be seen as doing something. So the president stood up there. I set up a committee. Who does that in 45 days? You mess the country up for over 1 year, 7 months, and you say in 45 days you can solve it. You can unlock the challenges in 45 days. This is nonsense. Complete BS. So the president is on serious. To fix Liberian problem is to get the criminals from power. That is the surest way of redeeming this country. Look, if you sit and fold your hands and listen to all these flashy speeches, these co-opted narratives from the oppressors, we are going nowhere. I can guarantee you and give you plethora of examples of failed promises, failed irresponsible committees set up to address issues. And up to now, we do not know what the findings are. Committees has been set up by this very president to look into issues. The president has taken no actions on these committees. We do not even know whether the committees actually go ahead to work or not. They announced for the cameras, right? When there were hollow balloons and confusions about what? The yellow machines. Where millions of taxpayers' money have already been spent on. A deal that has not been consummated yet, still, the government has spent. Look, man, after these people here, the investigation that will happen in this country. And that's why you see they're passing around and say, oh, you just feel with temper water. Because they have stolen too much. They're afraid. They are afraid. The shadows are after them, so they're afraid. And we are not even going half of their term yet. They are afraid and thinking about turning power over. So the gravity of stealings that's happening in the government is so overwhelming and, of course, indefensible. So they cannot fathom seeing themselves democratically turn power over, and then the new regime begin to what? Review their books and start to hold them culpable for the mass lootings and what thievery that's going on all across the country in every sector, everywhere. They're mortgaging, they're selling, and they are black dealing all of our natural resources, agencies, and sectors that Liberians are supposed to depend on to create middle class. We are being stripped off, robbed of these opportunities. They are all sold out to the Lebanese, and the president stand before us and speak literatures and say that's how he's going to solve the country's problem. Is this man serious? Corruption is right in his nose. This man should have been announcing dismissals. Dismissals. There are plethora of irresponsible people in the government. Right? The list of suspension is just, one third of the magnitude of people that deserve dismissals and prosecution. We're not only supposed to be dismissing people, so be prosecuting people who have this president prosecuted for the graft and the stealing that's happened. The steal from the poor people. The people are crying. Right? Your officials are entering deals, not for the country's interest, but for themselves. Mm-hmm. Taxi drivers are the rarest people to find protesting. The rarest people to find protesting.
These are people self-employed.
They are almost all of the time, they are the victim of protests. Because as soon protests start, that their operation can be disrupted. As soon protests happen. But to find they themselves now leading and, of course, striking against the government about a what? Nefarious, satanic policy or contract, right? That seeks to what? Violate the laws of the country, usurp the function of a constitutionally established government entity or institution, only to serve the whims and what? Pocket interests of the president's son and other top ups in the government, the police inspector general. But like I said, now you see, this is going to be a continuum for all of you drivers or vehicle owners that are sitting on the fence and want to be talking all kinds of things about the other patriots that are out there today. Look, when Molu then organized that protest, your thing, someone they made the believe that it's a CDC thing. No, Molu and others were protesting on the real issues that affect everybody, and this is why since that July 17 protest, every other day there's some kind of protest by another group somewhere, another institution somewhere, interest group, blah blah blah. So these things going to continue, of course, and that's exactly what's going to happen. So do we have faith in the Jeremiah Kun committee? For as much as Jeremiah Kun has not come clean on the details and responsibility as given him by the president to what? redefine the yellow machine procurement process in the spirit of what? Correcting the contractual errors and, of course, the concessional what? Breakdowns that happen, the violation of the PPCC and all these things. For the fact that Jamakun cannot come clean with that and do a better job, we do not have any faith in the president's committee. In fact, the president did not mean it when he said it. You're scheming on the people. The man he gave 45 days to do the committee, the man really lead the country. So if you think you say after 45 days, the president coming Canada, be flat. In fact, it may go up even more than that.
And between now to that time,
this old man is distributing poverty on the Liberian people. This old man is what? Attacking established Liberians. What? Right? And attacking them. That FPRC thing. You know, sometimes when we give you the news, we try to leave it for you to feel it and then it come. And you know, right? So we told you about the FPRC thing. And we also have told you the consequences and of course those are going to affect and all of that. So somebody still passing around and they say they bring in 10 metric ton of a petroleum product. Fine, they come in the country. And they're going after other actors. Right? So we sit and see. So this is where we are. Liberia needs radical change. I doubt whether Bwaka can change. Right? Bwaka is too old to change. At this point, Bwaka is very, very old enough to say, oh, you know, let's get it, public change, he will change the attitude. I don't know how that's even going to be possible. This man has been keeping all these grudge in him from childhood. He came out, so he in the man cook a rap. So what did the old man will change to now? Earlier than your man say, yeah, as he is growing, he'll be changing. But yeah, man, so we take course. Tomorrow we'll look at the orator's conversation. He has more juice, but we just thought to you know, because a lot of people going around with the president and get 45-day ultimatum, our suffering coming finish, a big plan. That take course.
Why the guys who made it appear like in the public, you want to check to see whether we can give money to somebody. Why we pick calls on this? And good morning to this person. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu. Good morning, Ega.
Morning.
This is the voice of Peter Sa in the General from Soviet District 4.
Peter Sa, morning from District 4.
I want to say congratulations to you guys and to some of us who have been, you know, critically, you know, flagging the issue of the government flaws that is being proven, though stubbornly, though you are being compelled to confess that indeed Liberia are going through hardship. Although you are not sincere, which I'm about to speak about, this is a president who is very insincere. This president does everything for propaganda benefit. He was benefiting as a propagandist because other guys were seeking and he decided that, you know, the way is just to look at someone who's trying to do something. If he indeed trying to do something, Abu Haga, check the website of the LFCC. There are 27 listed, you know, enlisted government corrupt officials who are taking tons of dollars from the Liberian economy. Most of them are in this government. What is he doing?
Nothing.
He just about forming committee. The last time he formed committee, there's 5% there. What he did? The outcome of that committee.
They say your son and B Martin in cement business.
Morning.
You talking about cement prayer up? You're not investigating that one. Good morning. That's where you.
Morning. Go ahead. I'm okay.
This is right good to guys. Charlie has my money and I quite even principle in government.
Go ahead.
I think this our presidents who I think the Senate need to come up with an impeachment. I mean, this is kind of incapacitated to lead the country. I'm going to show you that one next year, during Independence Day. Tomorrow you will come out and tell Liberia that you never said it. She did it to the survey. I mean, when it comes to the Chinese people, when you ask, he said, you never said it. You understand?
No, now it's comprehensive.
Look, Abu said it. This man is distributing poverty to all the Liberian people. You let a country for 1 year, 7 months, distributing poverty, and you tell you that within 45 days, you'll come to the Liberian, to the Liberian people. To tell them one thing. You know, we have But then here's the general in chief of keeping speech to a friend.
Yeah.
Then you'll be discussing reconciliation. You don't speak to your predecessor.
I think like the country for him, when you have a national program, you can't vacuum it, you can't we are. Eh?
Yeah.
Let's talk to David King from this side. David, morning.
Yeah, morning.
You only have the honor to be president. Then you ostracize other people.
Very much on serious. And as such, we cannot have the president who will lie when telling truth.
Thank God he has admitted that he's not leading the country well. Everything hard, things are difficult. Liberians are suffering. So now, Liberian, why are you waiting for again?
They may have he has vindicated everybody who have been seen that the country is bad.
They may say, so why are you waiting for now? Nobody can argue again anymore.
That the country he has set up a committee to go, but you know what really helped me in the entire thing? Why can't Mr. Bwaka beg those people who are sitting on a diplomatic platform to come and help him? Because Mr. Bwaka will not do anything different in this country as it relates to changing the narrative that we have in this country. On a daily basis, like bro will continue to retrogress on Mr. Bwaka because you know why? He do not acknowledge people who sat the platform for the country to be transformed. And he very on the I listened to statement the other day, he said, after all of the weird projects, let us see what the rescue government will stay on now to campaign 2029. Because they will not get, I will see where they will get money from to carry on any new project. It is true. The government got no power to lobby. That lobbying power is very low. They got no friend anywhere. But all the bills are actually
almost 2 years now. Where the weird government left the NIFA rule, he has not moved like one truck low of cross rack.
There's no pandemic like how we have COVID. So the war that for the Ukraine, everybody there we were here. Georgia was here. The war that went on in Israel, it got nothing to do with Liberia. The Ukraine war for just for 1 week. It got no effect on the economic status of our people in the country. So for somebody to be that, based on argument on war in Ukraine.
So 2029,
thank you, David. Thank you. Let's talk to somebody else, David. Morning.
Yeah, good morning, Abu. Thank you very much, Abu.
Morning.
I see you want to call back directly on my number, please. Go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm Faisal Mohammed, and I come from Pupu Kono, down Coast Hill, the community. Hey guys, thank you very much. It's very laughable to hear about President Bwaka starting another committee. This President Bwaka executive committee on the fight against drugs. We are yet to see the result. This is another Fakage. This man did not come to the presidency prepared. He just came to destroy this country.
And Mohammed, wait. It seems the more he set up committee, the worse the situation become. When he set up that drug committee, he said drug national emergency. Oh, the whole drug thing become terrible. So prices, y'all get ready. Things coming get more difficult.
Today, drugs are overwhelming his government. I've even been told that Prince Johnson is asking, how do we get rap at this point? After giving my 144,000 votes to this old man. I'm getting information that Prince Johnson is asking how do we get rap here. This man just needs to destroy our country.
I want to hear this.
Yeah, man. 07761041040886. Ansu, let's speak you from this end. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Mr. Ida.
Morning. Go ahead, boss.
Yeah, good morning.
Morning.
And our features in this LPM issue. Well, first of all, let me comment on how police the job that so
please be a bit audible and so you come in low.
Yeah, we appreciate that a lot. And what I can show the public that we in Nakimo, the head of Nakimo, I'm the head of Nakimo, National Kingdom Mobile Virus, which are advocates of Nakimo. They are all announcing a slow. Currently, we are making a truck drivers.
My man, you're not serious, man. You're not serious. When other people having project, you can say, "Oh, about we're not ready." You're chaotic. When you're ready, you're motor.
Okay.
Let's
time is running.
Yeah. Let's talk to people who are ready, right? For serious thing. The day you're ready, Google. You're still think the thing that motorcycle been it. You can stay in solidarity with your friend. Hello, good morning.
morning, Abu. I want to say good morning to Higa Konda.
Morning.
Yeah, a particular committee we discussing a jail with a lot of report, right? Because we here with the acclimating a LCC being a fire around here, they all the body at the end. We can understand that they will now look at the person that is heading the committee, a Jeremiah Kun. This is a phone. We just starting Sunday. We're not even getting there yet. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. The last one. Good morning.
Good morning, Abu.
Good morning.
And good morning to Eva. My name is Abba Sharif and I join you from St. Paul's Bridge. Abu, I don't know. But Joseph Bogai, I don't think he knows his function. This man know that.
But I thought they said that you can be defending Bogai in St. Paul's Bridge there. You be arguing with people.
Yeah, Abu, you know that one day you're not be justice to me, my man.
But I want to say
yeah, Abu, let's go to the issue, yeah. Don't forget about that one. Go into it. Abu, the first thing they identify the name rescue. Joseph Bogai know that he came to rescue the Liberian people. At the time he was campaigning around, you see the hospital, there was no drugs. Liberian people were suffering. Now Joseph Bogai has identified after he has put enough money into his account, maybe journey rich, that now he get to know that Liberia are suffering. Then I get to know that he was suffering during the reaction when he came out, when he told that you're going to rescue her. Then you mean that the man know his function there. He know what brought him to the presidency. Because you say you came to rescue her, then now you say that for Monterey, all the ones, Shisu, prices are higher.
Then he's speaking BB book, Lean.
No, this man is 1 year away from the building.
All right, thank you. Boy, we gotta go home, man. I think it has been a wonderful time.
Most definitely, and we'll be here on tomorrow to continue with the Liberian people's job. Until then, this country will not burn. This is the only country that we cannot be deported from. Let's keep the peace of Liberia until we.
But the committee been hurting the people. Everybody are calling. You see all the phones everywhere.
They still don't want to shoot it.
The committee, how the president said, committee say they come and bring the president, but everybody very in the country. Yeah. But anyway, folks, this has been the Monday morning edition of the nation's premier breakfast platform where we discuss the issues that matter. The UP may not happen now. We come and go. When we leave it, they can be happy. But we're coming back tomorrow. We'll stay coming back tomorrow. We'll dig, we'll be digging. And I say you're foolish. Bunch of lazy state looters disguised as rescuers. But just us. Our voices will never be dimmed. We will continue to confront the oppressors of the Liberian people and expose the limitation and of course excesses. My name is Abu Sharif, and of course, Hagar Gonda was here. Until we see you tomorrow, do have yourself a wonderful time. Bye-bye.